Um, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Four Eyes and the Giant, the show brought to you by
Low energy and sleepless nights.
an existential crises.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. What a week.
What a fun week of nothing. We got two more weeks and then we're done. We've got nothing left. We've got 3 weeks.
I have 3 weeks. I am till the 5th. The 6th. So, that's okay.
Jesus.
That's okay.
Jesus.
I've got no time left and life is moving very fast and I don't like it.
Right, last week's episode was fucking horrible. So we gotta energize this bitch up. We gotta smack the proverbial bitch up.
That's really mean. Don't do that.
I know it's a terrible message to young children.
Oh well. They'll go over it. Good week. We had a good Thursday. I had a good fun Thursday night. I don't know about you, but I had a very good fun Thursday night. My Thursday night was very enjoyable. I'm playing a bit of Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay on the old twitch.tv/Camzo_OG.
Of course.
Yeah. It's a great fun time. If you turned up.
Not done very much this week.
You watched the old wrestling malarkey?
That was last week.
But they don't know that.
They don't. Well, they did because I explained last week that it was about this week.
Did you leave that in? Because I did cut you off midway through about the BAFTAs, so.
So you don't know anymore. I don't watch.
I don't watch what we make.
I don't watch. Well, apart from the that I edit everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not done this much. I finished an essay, so I've got one down, 2 to go. I've got to do one more essay and a video essay and a dissertation essay. It's gonna be a fun week for old Jordi, and then I got the mother's birthday on Tuesday.
Oh no!
So
The old ball and chain.
This is coming out on Monday. Tomorrow will be my mother's birthday. Happy birthday, Sue!
Big up Sue. Happy birthday, Sue.
Happy 420. Light it up, blaze it up, bruh. But yeah, we've been having a bit of a stressful time, Cameron. Would you say these past few weeks, past few years?
It's nearly all over as well, which is very exciting for me because it means I'll be able to focus on things that I like to do instead of nonsense. Like all year round, I'll be able to do the things I love instead of just
and there will be no guilt.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from when you're like, I should be getting ahead in life, and I'm not.
Why am I inside my parents' basement still playing games on Twitch? Who knows?
Do you actually have a basement?
No, I don't have a basement. I wish I had a basement, but I don't have a basement.
Yeah. UK don't really have basements, do they?
No, we don't have basements.
We have attics.
And even then, they're quite small. You can't live in them usually. Some people do, but I couldn't do it.
But back to what I was saying, because we got really off track there. Yeah, we've been having a bit of a stressful time. So Karen had a genius idea for us to talk about some of our favorite comfort films that we watch when life gets too hard, when life gets you down, and you're always wearing a frown, and the gravy train has left you behind. So these are films that I guess I'd sort of just picked films that I watch a lot because they're just like when you're going through Netflix and there's that thing. It's such a weird sort of social psychology state where people are. It's the same with when you're looking through a fridge and there's loads of stuff and you're like, oh, there's nothing to eat. When you're going through Netflix and there's all this choice and you're like, I don't want to watch anything. I'll watch something that I've watched 70 million times.
Yeah, mine are more like warm blanket stuff. They're just things I really enjoyed and like watch when I'm slightly feeling the downs, but
feeling blue.
Yeah. Do you want to kick us off with something that from your fun time list?
How many have you got, by the way? Because I've got 5.
I've just pulled them. However, I'll stop when you want me to stop. That's
Okay.
like where I'm at.
My first film that I chose is my favorite Wes Anderson film. It's Fantastic Mr. Fox.
That's a solid choice.
This film is a delight to watch. It is so good. It is so sort of heartwarming, and everyone in it just has a great performance. And the fact that I think that a lot of that comes from the fact that all the voice acting was filmed, all the sound as well was just filmed outside. They actually filmed on location,
Oh,
just in fields. So there's footage of George Clooney.
George Anderson, my favorite.
George
my favorite
Anderson.
Anderson.
I was trying to say George but you know,
Meryl.
Meryl, just walking around fields, and it's quite fun. But yeah, this film has got such a great sort of aesthetic, nice autumn brown, golden color,
Uh-huh.
and it's funny, and it's got
Quite short.
great soundtrack, and it's quite short, and yeah, it's all about family and self acceptance, and it's lovely.
It's a good smile on your face film. I it's not on my list, but I actually, to be honest, probably would pick it up if I was. Like, it's a good, cheery uppy movie in my opinion. It's fit for purpose for this list, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I enjoy. Obviously, I love Wes Anderson a lot. We talked about him on the previous podcast. About our favorite directors. Like up there.
2 podcasts ago.
Yeah. So he's not some. He's not. It's not a film that I grab, but it's a film I really love, and I can see why it would cheer you up on a sad times. I would personally go for something like a comedy, maybe not like a Adam Sandler movie, but for some reason the first thing that kind of sprung to my mind when I was thinking about this was The Cat in the Hat. For some reason, because I can like recite it word for word, and it just reminds me of good times. It's one of those movies that it's not a great movie, but in a way it's a great movie. It's just like,
He didn't want to make it.
I don't care. He did a good job. The jokes in it are just really right up my street for some reason. Like, just the Cupcakeinator scene will live with me for the rest of my life. It's just I often use it. I often use the clips of him going, "I'm so excited" for literally every single thing that excites me. I've got like a folder full of Cat in the Hat clips on my phone for these occasions. But yeah, no, it's one that if it's on Netflix, I don't. Is it still on Netflix or Prime?
No idea.
But if it's one that I can easily get when I can get a hold of it, and I'm feeling the blues, it's like it does never fail to make me laugh. I laugh every single time, no matter what. So sue me, but I really enjoy it.
Yeah. Such classic lines that Dirty Ho. It's absurdist comedy, and it's great, and it's fantastic.
It's just over the top and just completely. There's not they've not really made another film like that in a while, actually, in my opinion. It's like they need. Let's get all the Zeus films for The Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
Give them a creepy live action. I never found the cat actually that creepy as a child. I don't think he really bothered me.
I don't think he was supposed to. Did people find him creepy?
People found him creepy. People thought he was an abomination. But everyone hates that movie. It's one of the it's apparently one of the worst movies ever made. Like,
nah. I mean, Rotten Tomatoes probably has it very low, but yeah.
Because people have no taste. They've got no taste, man.
Shall I do my second film?
You'd go for your second one. Do it.
My film is Little Miss Sunshine.
Wow.
It is a film that is very much, it is a lot to do with mental health, and it's about depression, and another film about sort of self-acceptance. And I did a big essay on this film. And it's just a lovely film. It's made by the couple that I forget their name, and I'm really sorry. But they also did Ruby Sparks, Battle of the Sexes, and Living with Myself, the Paul Rudd series. But yeah, and it's so good, and it stars Steve Carell, Abigail Breslin, Alan Arkin, Toni Collette, the other guy, and it's just and
Valerie Faris and Jonathan Dayton. Sorry to
that's
interrupt
it,
you there.
and
That's
and
it.
and Paul Dano,
Paul Dano.
Dano, uh, and it's very much a family road trip film, and it's about the family's journey to a pageant for Abigail Breslin's character, who sort of along the way is met with trials, because she's not the fittest, as her dad sort of points out all the time, with not allowing her to eat ice cream and scolding her a lot. But her relationship with Alan Arkin's character, which got him the best supporting character at the Oscars, it's just so heartwarming. And he's all about just accept yourself and do what you want to do. Greg Kinnear, that's the other guy. And yeah, it's such a nice film, and it's all yeah. I'll keep saying it. It's about self acceptance.
Jennifer Hudson won that year for Dreamgirls against Abigail Breslin.
Okay. Yeah. So just go see it. I think it's on Netflix.
Probably. It's getting shown on TV a lot as well. I've seen it on TV a couple times.
It's
buy the Blu-ray.
Yeah, just buy it, people.
Some physical media. It won't disappear if you have it physically in your hand. I in a similar vein, but not completely. Another one that sprung to my mind that I watched a lot at the end of high school, just between uni and in high school. I watched The Edge of 17 a lot. If you've seen The Edge of 17, it's the Haley Steinfeld sort of coming of age comedy. It's very it doesn't feel authentic. A lot of people try to say it. Maybe it does feel some authentic, but there's some authenticity. It's better than most school comedies like that. But it's just really funny. There's a lot of Haley Steinfeld's great in it. Woody Harrelson plays a sort of like disgruntled teacher that she goes to for advice all the time, and there's great sort of chemistry between those two as well. And it's just really fun. It's really funny to watch. There's a scene in it with I think it's because she falls in love with a media student, and that must be the subconscious reason that I watched. I like that film a lot. But no, I really enjoy watching that. I used to watch it all the time, and still kind of do. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. I've never seen it.
You never seen it? There was a lot of buzz about it on film Twitter around the time it came out, and I was really, really desperate to see it in cinemas, but it got really such a tiny release, and it never got released on physical media at all here. So I think I bought a digital copy. It should be on Movies Anywhere, I think, because I had to buy a digital copy. It's a fun watch. It's about it's about she's sort of going through all this sort of coming of age nonsense where she's like, oh, I feel kind of left out, and then her best friend sleeps with her brother, and she's like, how fucking dare you? And it's just all very high school drama, teenage.
It sounds like The Kissing Booth.
Well, it's not. It's much better than The Kissing Booth. It's much better. It's much more well made than The Kissing Booth, and it also predates The Kissing Booth. So there you go, honey.
I prefer the song.
The song?
The Stevie Nicks song. Edge of 17.
The Edge of 17.
Just like a one-way.
Is that what I thought that was called? White Winged Dove?
Ooh, baby, ooh. Because you're 17. It's great. My next film is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. A lot of these films are going to be comedies, obviously.
Well, yeah, you'd imagine most comfort films are comedies. I mean, why would you choose something
The Green Mile?
I feel really sad. I want to watch Schindler's List.
Yeah, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, obviously. It's a classic. It is one of the best comedies of all time. And I will fight anyone who says otherwise. Have you not seen it? What have you seen? No. You haven't seen any films. You haven't seen Monty Python films. You haven't seen Home Alone. You haven't seen Space Jam.
Oh yeah, I've not seen Space Jam.
Shame on you.
I don't particularly I don't know. I grew up in a very My dad likes some, but I grew up in a very anti-Monty Python household.
Have you
I was
seen
very
Gremlins?
Yes, of course I've seen fucking Gremlins.
Don't say that. You haven't seen fucking Home Alone.
Home Alone is nonsense. It is just people don't like it because they grew up with it. It's not good.
You haven't seen it.
I've seen bits of it. I've watched some of it on Channel 4 the every year.
Bullshit. Yeah, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It is a film that you can quote endlessly. A film that
That's
had
not the one about
so
Jesus,
many.
is it?
No, that's Life of Brian.
Oh,
That's not about Jesus.
is it not about Jesus?
It's about Brian. Yeah, Monty Python and the Holy
Jesus
Grail.
in it?
Briefly. He's at a Sermon on the Mount.
I see. And that's the one where they go, he's not the Messiah.
He's a very naughty boy. Yes, we're talking about the wrong film here. I'm talking about the superior.
Okay, this
film.
is the one with the Black Knight that goes "'Tis but a scratch," isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. See, lives in my mind through gifts. That's what it is.
I've chopped your bloody leg off. It's only a flesh wound. It's yeah. I could quote it endlessly. It's one of those films where you get two people that have seen it together, and they'll just one will start and then the other will carry on, and it's a fantastic film. And see it, watch it. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
I've got a lot of things to do, Jordi. I'm very busy at this point in time.
You don't have anything to do.
Do you know what I'm going to watch before I watch that? Spaceballs. I'm going to watch Spaceballs before I watch that. I think you'll be okay with that.
How many Mel Brooks films have you seen?
Young Frankenstein.
Okay. Is that it? You haven't seen Blazing Saddles?
No, I have seen Blazing Saddles.
Okay.
I have seen Blazing Saddles, that's fine.
Have you seen Airplane?
That's not Mel Brooks.
No, but have you seen Airplane?
Yes, I've seen Airplane.
Have you seen Hot Shots? Well.
Go and tell me the plot to that briefly, because it sounds familiar.
It's a parody of Top Gun.
No.
Starring Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen?
If you like films like... have you seen My How American Summer yet?
Yeah, and I think I saw the sequel series as well, did I not? And then I saw They Came Together. And Role Models and that, but that's not...
Have you watched Medical Police?
No.
The Netflix David Wayne series.
No, I didn't even know that existed.
I'm not going to cross my legs. We're getting off track. What's your next film?
We're getting very off track. My next... Oh, God. Now I've completely forgotten what I kind of... Do you know what? Recently, another good one to watch when you're down. Into the Spider-Verse. I don't know how you feel about that, but Into the Spider-Verse, very good movie. Very rewatchable. Great soundtrack. Lift your spirits. Get you a bit... when the What's Up Danger scene's on.
Gets you hyped.
Gets you back in the mood. It's a great film to just sort of...
Another film about self-acceptance.
Exactly. Well, self-acceptance.
There's a theme going on.
Do you know what I think it is? I think you need to understand that you can accept yourself in these films, and that's why we keep coming back to them all the time. You know?
Maybe I just keep seeing myself in depressed characters. Peter B. Parker is all about self-acceptance.
Yes, he's a little depressed.
He's a little
depressed.
My next film is Hot Fuzz.
That's a good one. Edgar Wright should have been on that. To be honest, I would choose Hot Fuzz. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I might.
Well, I've already chosen Hot Fuzz.
I'm gonna choose another one afterwards anyway. Depends how many more you want to do.
Yeah, this is another film that's all about. It's just really quotable.
Yeah.
It's funny every time, and it's just so cleverly done by Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg, and Nick Frost. And it's I watched it so many times last year because we just kept watching it. There was a period where we just watched it every week for like a month because it's so good.
There's no depressed characters in that.
No.
Apart
from Bill Bailey's character, maybe.
Nobody tells me none.
Yeah.
Another great one that I love a lot that I could watch endlessly. it makes me very happy. Baby Driver, I think. Baby
Okay.
Driver. Yeah, I enjoy that. We look past the two questionable leads, and we see a good film.
Yeah.
That's very energetic, very get hypey. It's one of those ones where you could just sort of I find it I just find it endlessly rewatchable, similar to Hot Fuzz. I'd have to say I don't rewatch Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and World's End as much as I would, as much as you would probably, but I watched Baby Driver a lot,
Right.
and it's one of those ones I rewatch all the time. Another one I rewatch all the time for some reason, Mary Poppins Returns.
Ah.
Yeah, I enjoy Mary Poppins Returns a lot. There was a point when it finally got released on digital that I watched Mary Poppins Returns about 5 times in 1 week. That was a low point for me.
Right.
Also very high, because Mary Poppins Returns is very good.
You were very high.
Well, no.
On life.
I got high on Mary Poppins Returns because
Okay.
I was so low. That's what I was trying to say.
Right.
Before I was rudely interrupted by you implying I did drugs, because as we know, I don't even do alcohol.
No.
No.
You do plenty of drugs, though.
I do. I inject them. I am
You have
actually
to.
infusing them. I physically have to just
Just
want all
makes
the
you a bit
drugs.
stroppy sometimes. My
Not
last film
stroppy.
that I have
What
chosen
was I being stroppy about? I was not being stroppy. I
is
was ill.
What
I'm
We
sorry.
Do in the
I'm sorry.
Shadows.
Go and tell me when I was stroppy. Go and tell me when I was stroppy. When was I stroppy?
You're just like, oh, I'm just too sick to do stuff.
Oh, I was completely.
I have no energy because I've got blood transfusion.
Not blood transfusion. It was an iron transfusion.
Oh, I could die. Oh, I've got no energy. Cry Me a River. My next film is What We Do in the Shadows by Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement. Fantastic film. This was a film that it was like I stumbled upon it on Netflix randomly, and I watched it because of Jermaine Clement. And then it got popular. But for like years.
No, look at me. I watched it before it was cool. Look at me.
Yeah. I watched, and then it
it
only really became cool after Thor Ragnarok.
I watched it before Ragnarok, to be absolutely fair with you. I did. I watched it on bloody Netflix. It was just before Ragnarok. So I would like to say I watched it before it was very cool too.
Oh, look at me. I watched it before it was cool.
It was cool.
Oh. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. It's a mockumentary about vampires living in New Zealand. And that's the plot. And they're getting ready for a big ball that happens every few years. That includes vampires, zombies, witches, and ghosts. And it's fantastic. And so is the TV show. And so is the other TV show that spawned from it. And they're also making...
Have you watched Valentine Paranormal?
I watched the first season.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you?
There's no way to legally watch it here.
No, I was going to say it's been bought by Sky and HBO Max, so I can't wait to watch that when it comes on to HBO Max.
And there's a third season now confirmed.
Is there?
It's doing very well.
It's very interesting.
But yeah, it's... I mean, what can you expect? The source material is just so... I look like a fucking velociraptor. Yeah, watch it. I have it on Blu-ray. It's one of the only Blu-ray films that I myself have.
Oh.
That I got for myself. I think I got it maybe for like
you bought your own Blu-ray.
I think I got it as a
unfucking heard of.
I think I got it as a Christmas present. But
oh right, okay.
What We Do in the Shadows and A Pigeon Sat on a Branch Reflecting on Existence are the two films that I own.
You can buy What the Pigeon Sat on a Branch on Blu-ray very soon in the Roy Anderson collection. But it's £60. But it's a nice pop-up book.
What is your last comfort film?
Fuck, I wasn't even thinking because I just sort of like randomly like thinking through them, I was do you know what made me think of another good film that I can quote a lot of, and this is not my choice because I'm going to pick the Simpsons movie after this. But when you went like that, it made me think of Lemony Snicket and a series of unfortunate events with Jim Carrey because he goes like that, and that's a great film. I have to say that's a very
I haven't
good
watched that film since I was very young, and we watched it a lot. I think it must have been one of my sister's very favorite films. So whenever it was her turn to pick the film, we watched it. That and Matilda. But yeah, I don't remember much of it though. And yeah. I didn't watch the Netflix series either.
I watched the Netflix series. It was quite good. I never finished it. I got to, I think we watched season 2 and the end of season 2, and never did watch season 3. But no, it just made me think of the scene where he's like pretending to be a T-Rex in his drama club. It's very strange and it's very unsettling, but it's a good old time. But my actual pick is the Simpsons movie, because that is another one I can just completely recite from beginning to end. You stick it on, I can sit and just talk, just bloody. I think the Simpsons is a comfort TV show. To be fair, you know what, the entire Simpsons sort of library is just decent TV to stick on. When you're feeling low or you want to watch something enjoyable that you know will be enjoyable. So anything from season 1 to 13ish, and then
I am in the camp that it's still good.
To be honest, have you watched the last season, the latest season?
I haven't.
It's not that bad. There's not as many laughs a minute. The visual gags aren't great, but it's not as bad as people like to tell you it is. I think if you're looking for the best television ever made, that initial run is amazing, but it never really dropped to like, this is the worst thing since the worst thing ever.
Bread. Since non-toasted bread.
This is the worst thing since before sliced bread.
Yeah, this is the time when we all had to eat bread whole.
No, yeah. So it's a great time. The Simpsons movie is great, and I really hope that sequel comes, because they keep teasing a sequel. It just bloody happen, please.
That and the Family Guy film have been happening for years.
Yeah,
over a decade now.
The Family Guy film seems to be quite close though. Seth MacFarlane thinks it like in the next year they'll start production. But
right, we are closer to a Bob's Burger film than we are.
That's coming out end of the year, and that's mental to me. I've still not watched any of Bob's Burger. I don't know if that's
so
good. Or not.
It's so good. Yes, watch it. I would recommend. If people...
I can't believe Fox went, yeah, we'll make a Bob's Burger film right now. Let's go. Let's do it. It just happens. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, you've gone mad with power.
Have you ever tried going mad about power? It's boring. No one listens to you.
No one listens to you. Yeah, I agree. That is very good. I would put that over some. Would I?
Would you?
Would I?
That's a question for another day.
Yes. Moving on. Welcome to the weekly Watchlist segment of the show. This is the segment of the show in which we watch. Oh my god, I'm going brain dead. This is the segment of the show. This is the part of the show in which we talk about the films we watched this week, and we talk about the films coming out next week.
You changed your background. I clicked away to watch some of the funeral stuff, but yes, that's interesting.
Oh yes, there's that funeral going on.
Yes, it's happening right now.
Get over
it. Yeah, yes, this is weekly watchlist. This is going to be a much more refined and cool weekly watch list than previous weekly watch list.
I hope so. We try to do that every week, and we fail usually spectacularly sometimes. What have you watched this week?
What do you want me to say first, or do you want me to just say the stuff we're not going to talk about first? Because I've seen stuff that we're not like gonna like discuss.
Don't talk about the thing that we'll talk in full and go into spoilers.
Okay. What have I watched this week? I watched a spoiler that this is sort of kind of dates the show in a way, because it exposes the fact that I've pre-recorded a lot of Vin Diesel a lot of the Vin Diesel podcast. But I watched The Pacifier, and That was great fun. I didn't expect it to be as fun as it was. I wish Vin Diesel would make more comedies. I don't know the last time you watched The Pacifier was, but donkeys ago.
Donkeys. Yonks.
Yonks and donkeys.
Yonks ago.
Yeah, I watched that, and I watched what's the other one that came after that? Find Me Guilty, which is the only Vin Diesel film where he has a full head of hair.
That's the lawyer one.
It's the lawyer. Well, he's not a lawyer. He
That's
becomes
the court
his own
case
lawyer.
one.
Yeah, he becomes his own lawyer in a court case. He plays Jack DiNorcio, a real life mobster.
Right.
It's really crap. It looks like a TV film, but Vin Diesel's really good in it. So it's very decent. Apart from that, I watched. I didn't really watch anything else. Oh no, I wanted to talk about this. I watched on HBO Max this week. They released a TV show called Wall Street, which is about Mark Wahlberg's business empire. So I started watching that.
Jesus Christ. Is that not similar to the Wahlburgers TV show?
Sort of, yeah, but it's more of Mark Wahlberg sort of getting himself off to the fact like he thinks he's got all these companies in that now, so it's about all of them.
I got businesses. You want to see my business?
Yeah, you remember for me.
Oh yeah. Okay. Hey Ted.
Hey Pig.
Hey.
Do you want to be in a film with me?
I'm Mal 22. You seen Mal 22? This is my film. I don't know.
Very corgi your impression.
I don't know
of Mark
what
Wahlberg.
I'm doing.
Hey guys,
Hey.
it's Gog.
Hey guys, it's cool. You wanna see
Yeah,
my
so I
film?
watched that, and it's very self-pleasuring the word. It's just very much like he's just very much bigging himself up, and a vanity project is more of what it is, but it's very amusing to watch. And yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes of that. But apart from that, not a lot else because I have been trying I've been either very ill or doing uni work. So, what about you?
I watched Love and Monsters starring Dylan O'Brien.
Same. Oh my
god!
god!
It's a film. It's the new film on Netflix. It was released on Thursday,
April
the day
12th.
before I thought it was going to be released.
It was released in
It's directed by Michael Matthews.
released
Who?
on Monday, Jordi.
What?
It was released on Monday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh well. It was directed by Michael Matthews, who hasn't done much except like short films. And written by Brian Duffield, who wrote The Babysitter and Underwater, and is currently writing the Skull Island anime for Netflix. And Matthew Robinson, who wrote Monster Trucks and Dora the Explorer, the Legend of the Golden City, or whatever that film's called. And he's currently writing Live, Die, Repeat and Repeat, the sequel to Edge of Tomorrow, and the Little Shop of Horrors remake.
Very good.
The synopsis. In a monster-infested world, Joel, played by Dylan O'Brien, learns his girlfriend Amy, played by Jessica Henwick, who's great in this, is just 85 miles away. To make the dangerous journey, Joel discovers his inner hero to be with the girl of his dreams. This film also stars Ariana Greenblatt as a little girl. She previously played young Gamora and will be playing Tiny Tina in the upcoming Borderlands film.
That's a great way of casting for Tiny Tina, in a way.
Yeah. And Michael Rooker, who's famous for being Michael Rooker, and the goodest boy in cinema.
He's right there. You see the goodest boy? He's right there.
He's a very
he
good
is
boy.
one of the best boys.
He's called Boy as well.
It's very good.
I
Michael
really
Rooker
like
not in
this
this film as much as I thought he was in. Before he was going to be in this.
Yeah.
He did sort of disappears halfway through, but fair enough.
And you'd think from like the posters he'd be the bad guy, but he's not. He's really nice.
No.
He's really good. Yeah, I really like this film.
Same. I really enjoyed it.
I wasn't expecting to, but after watching films like Chaos Walking and Thunder Force, this film was a delightful surprise. Dylan O'Brien is a great comedic lead. He has comedic timing and reactions. And yeah, I'm sad that he's not young Nathan Drake in the Uncharted film.
That's only because they gotta get that money. They gotta get that Tom Holland money, which doesn't really exist. And I think they're gonna find out the hard way.
Yeah, that's a bit sad.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man will do really well. They'll be like, Tom Holland must be really good.
And then they'll be like, oh wait, no.
And it's
Not
not
at
just
all.
because it's a Spider-Man film, which we know so much about already. Yeah, I
It's
want
so
a
sad.
sequel to this film. I want a
Yeah,
sequel.
no, I like the world. I like the story, the kind of like origin story of the world with the whole firing rockets off into a meteor, and the chemicals come down and mutate all of the animals and stuff, which is really cool. I love the good boy, and I just love the monster design as well. Some of the monsters design
Yeah.
is really really fucking cool.
Imagine if Guillermo del Toro had made this film.
They wouldn't be as playful.
Probably
monsters.
not. There would be, yeah. Dylan O'Brien would probably want to have sex with one of them. But yeah, this. I rate this film good.
Same, I rate it very good as well. Dylan O'Brien, I'd like him to be in more things. He's the guy from The Maze Runner, and he was like one of the best things about the Maze Runner movies, to be honest. I don't know why no one casts him and stuff anymore.
Probably The Maze Runner.
Yeah, it didn't do very well, did it?
Didn't do very well at all. Yeah. So it's good that he's doing technically indie stuff like this, so that he can show how good he is as a lead.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see him in more things.
This has been out for ages in the US. Fucking ages. Yeah, it came out in the US as like a digital film. Because there was no 4K version, I nearly looked online to look for a 4K version on the old interwebs. But yeah, no, it's been out. It came out like September time in the US, and I think they were planning to release it in the cinemas here, and then the cinemas took too long to open, so they're like, "Fuck it, give it to Netflix."
Yeah. This film, can you guess its Rotten Tomato score?
I bet they hated it. I bet we're the ones that liked it, so I'm gonna go like 40, like 46 or something.
On Rotten Tomatoes, it has 93%.
Really, people liked it. I'm so
Yeah.
happy people liked it. That's great.
I'll check the actual. So Tomato Meter, 93%. Audience score, 89%.
I can't believe people liked it. I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's yeah. Watch it. Watch it.
Watch it all, please.
It'll be worth your time. Jessica. Whenever I saw Jessica Henwick in this, I was like, she would be really good in the Last of Us series.
As who?
Just a character. I don't know. Just the way.
Cast or something,
Just
please, if you could.
her costume in this is very Last of Us, and the way
Yeah.
that she's like always dirty. I was like, she'd be very good in Last of Us.
Did you see they cast his brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diego Luna? Gabriel Luna, even. I don't want to say they're related, but cool. Well, yeah. Gabriel Luna. Good casting, great casting.
Very
He
good
looks like
casting.
Pedro Pascal. So it's good they're going for the... I wonder if they'll still sound very Texan. Because I guess...
I don't know.
What would you describe Pedro
They're
Pascal's
going the Mexican
Mandalorian?
route, but I'd
Would-
imagine they're more.
What would you describe his Mandalorian accent? Very gruff.
American.
Very American.
Yeah.
I got the kid. Child.
The child.
Grogu.
The child almost comes with me. The child comes
Grogu.
with me.
Like Beavis and Butthead.
Speaking of Disney Plus shows, I also watched a new episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Jordi. Is she trying to change the thing really quickly? Oh my god. Speaking of Disney Plus shows, I also watched the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Ladies and
Episode
gentlemen, we're
5.
going into spoiler territory now. If you haven't watched episode 5 of Falcon and Winter Soldier, piss off and watch it,
Fuck
and then
off.
come back and then watch it, because we're now heading into rampant speculation territory. It was a good episode this week.
Very good fucking episode this week. It was low key in a way, but I enjoyed it.
No, he wasn't in it.
I see what you did there. That was a good one. Look at you. No, it was quieter and smaller in scale.
Yes.
But I enjoyed that. I thought it was a good sort of. They're definitely slowing down so they can do a big punchy in the next one.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They're definitely going, hey, let's take the pace down a little bit.
Is every Disney Plus series going to end with a suit reveal?
Yes, because it's the best way to hype up and draw in people.
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna go? Do you think it's gonna be a Captain America suit then, or do you think it'll be?
I don't know. I feel like if I was Bucky and I was like, I need to get Sam a new suit, I would be like to the Wakandans, make it like a Captain America suit, just to sort of drive home the fact that Sam should be Captain America.
I think so. I was hoping for a comic accurate sort of Captain America suit.
Yeah.
But, be quite interesting to see. Do you think they'll keep the wings?
Yeah.
Think
Why
so?
not? Why not?
I was hoping so because he does need them.
He is very athletic. Sam must be the most athletic member of the Avengers that's not enhanced in any way.
That's what I'm saying. I know the whole point was you're not like the super soldier serum doesn't make you Captain America, whatever, and all that nonsense, and like you're not. It's like a symbol and stuff. But it surely needs the wings to sort of like get.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, they have some sort of advantage. But they'd have to be wings that he can control. No, he does control them for his mind, doesn't he? So
Not through his mind, I don't think.
how does he do it?
I think it's just like a mechanic. It's like
Yeah, he's
Iron
not,
Man
like,
doesn't
attached to them. He
control
doesn't go like
things.
that.
Iron Man doesn't control things with his mind.
He doesn't walk around going like that though, does he? They don't copy his arms.
No,
It'd be very funny if he had to go like that.
they'll have to. They'll not explain something, but it'll be like the Assassin's Creed Hidden Blade thing.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just within body movements.
That's the most interesting thing to me is the suit reveal thing. I really want to see what's in the box.
Yeah. What's in the box? Yeah. So this episode started off with John Walker, Captain America, fighting with Sam and Bucky. They broke his arm to get the shield.
Fucking brutal.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, great opening though, and
Yeah.
I have to say that it really kind of really made me happy that Henry Jackman came back to the score for this as well.
All
I
right.
love Henry Jackman scores. It's just so good. It's very Winter Soldier Civil War, and that obviously because that's what he did before. But I really fucking love that both those scores, and I love Henry Jackman. And I thought the music for that fight scene was great, and also some of the choreography, the actual stunt choreography was really cool as well.
I wish when it sort of when they dropped the shield and nobody had it, I wish they spent a time where the fighting stopped and they were trying to grab it, and every so often someone would kick it because it's just flat against the ground and they can't get a purchase of it, like when you're trying to grab a coin and you just can't get it because your fingers are too big. Yeah, this led to John Walker being other than honorably discharged. Can we not say dishonorably discharged now?
No, it's I full thingy to the Weekly Planet, like Mr. Sunday Movies. He said it's between stuff, so it's like drug. Like I think he should have been dishonorably discharged, but I think it was like you're still like I don't know, you're like not you're not dishonorably discharged, but it's like the kind of crime they give to people who've done lots of drugs or like stuff like that. It's not like you've killed a guy, even though he has killed a guy.
He did kill a guy, which is why he was. Yeah, he was. He will hold no rank in his retirement, and he will gain no benefits.
But he is Captain America.
I am Captain America. Yeah, and then we got the big cameo that nobody saw coming. No one saw coming. It was
you
Julia.
Didn't see it coming.
I didn't see it coming. I thought it was the wrong person at first.
I thought it was Zemo too. Did you think it was Zemo?
No, I thought it was Tina Fey.
Oh, did you? I thought it was Zemo when he was walking down.
Before she took the glasses off.
Even though I realized it was heels, I still thought it was Zemo walking down the hall for some reason. And I was like, where the fuck is Zemo gonna kill him or something?
Yeah,
then,
so we got the introduction of Julia Louis-Dreyfus playing Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
Not the power broker.
Fontaine. Not the power broker. I wouldn't be mad if she was the power broker. It would make sense if she was the power broker, is what I will say about her character. She is a complicated character because she is, put it this way, she is the female Nick Fury.
Oh shit.
She has once held the title of Madam Hydra. So that could be a tease of where this show is going. But I feel like that we're a bit ahead of, oh, it's Hydra again. But yeah, because Madam Hydra, or is it Madam Mask? There's too many madams in this MCU, but
Madam Web.
One of them controlled Madripoor for a time. So if she was power broker, I wouldn't be upset because Julia Louis-Dreyfus is great. But yeah, she this also sort of teases the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, with Zemo going back to the raft instead of the random prison he was in, it did definitely scream to me, Thunderbolts, 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 because I don't know, I just feel like everyone that's going to be in the Thunderbolts is going to be in the raft.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the Dora Magi took Zemo back to the raft.
Yeah, we then got a wee slice of life with Sam just helping out home. They fixed the boat. Loads of people came and helped, and Bucky came, and Bucky and Sam's sister.
A lot of montages in this film.
A lot of montages,
in this
yeah.
episode.
It was like the epilogue of Red Dead Redemption 2.
I've never finished that game.
Jesus Christ.
I played it. I just couldn't be arsed finishing it. It's too long.
Yeah. So then what happened? So then, yes, Bucky made his amends with Zemo by not killing him and giving him to the Dora Milaje to take to the raft. Who was it that was talking to him that said, was it Sam that was like, you can't just say I'm sorry to these people, you have to help them be like accept your apology?
I don't remember.
It was somebody, and basically that's setting up Yuri and the heartbreaking scene we're probably going to get, in which Bucky says, I killed your son.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yep.
I don't want that to happen.
Yep. I mean, they've sort of been setting that up since the first episode.
I know, but I still don't want that.
Yeah, it's gonna be heartbreaking. We also got fantastic acting by Carl Lumbly as Isaiah Bradley, who sort of gave an explanation of his origins, which I had already given a few episodes ago. So if you want to go see that, it's pretty much the same. Black soldiers in World War II were tricked into, they thought they were getting tetanus shots, but they were actually being given the super soldier serum, and then they were killed. Yep. So fun times in the MCU.
It's great. Very heavy.
Yeah. We also got Georges Bartrock is back, played by Georges St. Pierre, UFC fighter. Yeah, he's back. The Flag Smashers are planning on disrupting a meeting with is it GDC?
Yeah, something like that. The Global Development Council.
The Patriots or something. Yeah, and then so that sets up next week a final fight in New York City, where everything goes down.
First post-credit scene as well. It's exciting.
Yeah, with the tease of a new shield, which might not be as strong as vibranium, but he could sharpen it. And that would be amazing if he just comes through and starts cutting people up. Yeah, so that's next week's episode, all set up. The final battle, the final episode, and then Black Widow.
Well, this times though, it's actually Loki first.
Oh yeah,
June 11th.
We got nothing for May except the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Which we probably won't talk about as much because people don't really care about animated shows.
What the fuck are you on
I mean, how much are we talking about Invincible? That's another show
Well,
you
we
should
won't.
watch.
Yeah, I'm still two episodes behind now.
Yeah.
It's not gripping me as much as the first 3 episodes are really good, and then 4 was all right, and I've only seen half of 5, so it's just not gripping me very much.
I think we should end it there. I think it's been a fun, short episode. Thank you everyone for watching. If you have enjoyed this, please subscribe on the podcast service that you're listening to. If you didn't know, we're on YouTube. You can watch us be idiots. And subscribe to our channel and like the videos. Or if you're like, hey, I want to listen to these guys when I'm doing other activities, then you can then you can subscribe. You can listen to us on different podcast platforms. You can find the show at Four Eyes Giant on Twitter and at Ohio Films. You can find me at Real Jordi Steele. Cameron, where can they find you?
They can find me at CamzoOG on the old Tweety box. And they can also find me on twitch.tv/Camzo_OG, I believe. Where I'm going to be streaming more of Escape from Butcher Bay, because I really enjoyed that time on Thursday, so hopefully I'll be doing more of that. And then also I do another podcast. My life kind of revolves around Vin Diesel at the moment, as it should. And I'm doing a Vin Diesel podcast where I'm ranking and reviewing every single Vin Diesel movie ever made in the run up to Fast and Furious 9. So go and check that out. It's called 35-Minute Movies, a Vin Diesel podcast. You can find us on YouTube by searching 35-Minute Movies. So go and do that over Waste. It's great fun times. This week coming is The Pacifier and Find Me Guilty, like I mentioned earlier. So see you then.
I hope you have a lovely day, and goodbye.
See you later.